is my son, Eric Scott. Hi, Eric. Go ahead and mute your mic. So my son Eric is on right now, and the other person that you guys see is no other than Tyreek Wynn. Tyreek, go ahead, unmute your mic and say hello to our viewing and listening audience.
What's up? How are
y'all? There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you about these two young men that is gracing the stage right now. These two young men, let me tell you, oh my gosh. We're doing men in media, right? Right, fellas? Men in media.
Right.
And these two young men have a little bit of history with one another, but we'll get to that shortly. But I just want to say how proud I am of both of them, and especially to our guest, Tyreek Wynn. Now, Tyreek, I just want to let everybody know, we're going to say a little bit about yourself because we got to go to break. We always give people a little bit of time to, come on in, jump on in, and get themselves situated and get to know you. But what we're going to do, give you an opportunity to say a little bit about yourself to our viewing and listening audience. Take it away.
Yeah, of course. Well, thank you so much for having me. First of all, I am so happy to be here. It's been a long time since all three of us have been in a space together. So it is good to be reunited again. But yeah, I'm Tyreek Wynn here out of Atlanta. I have my own production company, Wynn Productions LLC. I host 3 shows. I'm also a senior at Georgia State University. I'm an author of 2 books. And I'm also a volunteer with the King Center. So we're going to have a chance to talk about all that. So I'm excited.
Absolutely. We're going to be let me tell you something. Now, Tyreek, you're the first guest that had, first initial guest. This is your inaugural first time being on The Real Level Up. Notice I said inaugural because that means that you'll be back on, right? So
I like that.
But this is the first time that anyone has come to the show and you have never asked, Miss Angie, what are we going to talk about in 3 hours? You guys do understand what this young man has told you. He is so involved in the community, and that's why he is Level Up. That's why I asked this man to be the first person for my Men's Month, and yes, to represent men in media. Tyreek, why do I have this other young man to be the guest co-host on the show? Can you give everybody a little bit of history about you and Eric?
Of course, yeah. So what I remember back in 2016, I think they had reached out to me to interview me about my book. And that was like the only thing I was doing at the time. That's all I had was the book. So I came, did the interview, and then I was like, okay, I can really vibe with these people and stuff. So then I asked if I asked the DJ who was over it if I could be a host permanently, and he said yeah. So next thing you know, I was part of the crew of Young Atlanta Lit, and it was great. We had an amazing time at Lenox Mall. We was killing it, yo. So.
Man, and let me tell you. So what, Eric? What'd you say?
He said you making me reminisce so hard right now.
All right.
Well, listen, I want you guys actually to reminisce, because what we are doing today, young men, you guys are representing men in media, and it's no mistake always with this show why God puts whomever together. And like you said, Tyreek, yes, it's been a long time that we've been together for a while. I was actually trying to get DJ Cat on the show as well, which he will do something later on. I'm just gonna have a longer conversation with him as far as what he's going to do when he comes to the show. But yes, let's give a shout out to DJ Cat, Mr. Adams, who had the foresight. He's probably watching.
Made it happen.
Yeah, look, he made it happen. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why these two young men know each other is because of DJ Cat. And let me go a little step further, because not a lot of people know this too, Tyreek. He is the reason why Level Up started. shout out to DJ Cat because he gave Level Up the platform to, get started on their show. And Level Up has another history behind that as well, of which we would talk about that on another show, because Level Up didn't start as Level Up. It was called Sizzling Sunday. And
I
we
remember
will,
that.
you remember that? You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was Sizzling Sunday first, and I was alongside with a dynamic female who will be on a later show. But that's how it all started. DJ Cat gave everybody that you guys see in front of you a shot at being in media. Shout out to DJ Cat. All right.
Shout out, man.
Well, we're gonna talk about Young Atlanta Lit. We're gonna talk about how you guys got started together later on the show. Listen, let me just say this, ladies and gentlemen. You don't want to miss any part of this show. You see that there are two young men that is representing men in media. They both have, stories to tell. They're willing to tell their stories. We're going to actually highlight Tyreek Wynn today. My son, yes, that is my son, Eric James Scott. Is my guest co-host. So he's not afraid of the camera. He's not afraid of being a host to this show, because the two of them have a history together of being hosts on a radio show. Well, listen, we're going to go ahead and take our break. This will give you guys an opportunity to, get yourself situated a little bit more. Perhaps you fell into listening and watching this show, but this will give you an opportunity to, kind of give yourselves, sit down, relax. Not only that, if you're watching us on Facebook, please hit that share button. Hit that share button. You probably know someone who knows someone who really needs to watch this show and get inspired to be men in media. You're listening and watching Level Up, real talk that takes you higher. I am your host, Angie from the B. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
affiliate program provides a collection of Christian resources, unveiled treasures, exquisite jewels to enrich your soul.
Became severely anemic as a result of my fibroids. My energy level was just very low, just always very fatigued, very low sex drive. I think my only regret about my fibroid situation is that I didn't do it sooner. I feel amazing now. I feel great. Women, listen to me. You deserve to be happy and healthy again. No one has time for fibroids. Please look into UFE, contact Dr. Lipman, and get your happy back, get your life back, get your sex back. Be the woman that you were before fibroids.
Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you tried, things just still go wrong?
Many times.
What do?
I let go and let God.
All I'm asking from you is to bump up our credit limit to where it was.
It's declined.
We're experiencing some financial hardships at the moment.
You have 6 days to make payment.
I can't believe this is happening.
You know, I never asked you to pray with me.
It's you and me. We got this.
God wants to help you, Peter.
Excuse me?
But you're not letting him in.
I did once. Last time we spoke, you took a man away from me. I love him dearly. From that day, I swore to take matters into my own hands. But now I don't know what to do.
I know that you don't believe, but I will pray for you.
I love you so much.
It's a miracle. You believe in miracles?
Listen, if you need me, you call me.
All of the angels in heaven are rejoicing. You gotta know that everything is gonna be okay.
Have you been sluggish, bloated, overweight? You could be toxic from your environment, food, and medications. It's time for a clean start. Come by or book online today.
Hey, this is Constance. Level Up. Check them out every Sunday from 3 to 6 p.m.
Hey guys, it's your girl V Speak Life, reminding you to speak life, not strife. Right now, I want you to get inspired with Level Up, real talk that takes you higher. Sundays from 3 to 6 p.m.
It's Robert.
And Rebecca.
We're the Quaddle Bombs. Time to level up every Sunday from 3 to 6 p.m.
Hey, this is Ash Cash, the financial motivator, and I need you to level up. Tune in every Sunday from 3 to 6 p.m.
My name is Jay Hagler of Diving with a Purpose. Level up each and every Sunday from 3 to 6 p.m. Don't touch that dial.
And welcome back to Level Up, real talk that takes you higher. I am your host, Angie from the B. Welcome back, everyone. And thank you guys for hanging out with us this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Hey, everyone who is watching on Facebook. Did you know you can head on over to YouTube and watch this show at the same time? Yes, we are doing a simulcast on YouTube as well. So, if you have any of your family and friends that are not Facebookers, tell them they can watch it on YouTube. And let me tell you what some people are doing on that YouTube channel. I understand that it's very easy for you to throw it on your big screen. So we have many of our followers who will watch us on big screen. Yes, you guys are on the big screen right now on many televisions around the country. But let me tell everybody who the two of you guys are. You guys are like, look, we're used to this. We're men in media. Like, Tyreek is like, look, Miss Angie, I'm always on television. Anyway, look, let me tell people. Once again, for those who have just tuned in, I want you guys to know that the person that is on your right or left, well, let me do it this way. Okay, so we have a salt and pepper team on the show right now. So the one who's salt, that's my son. The one who is pepper,
Oh man.
that is Tyreek. My
So
other
y'all about to
son.
say Kid and Play next, ain't
Well,
you?
Kid and Play is in effect right now. So let me tell you this. Now, I Tyreek doesn't know this, but he's my media son. I've been following Tyreek ever since he has left the first place the first time I met him. These two young men, ladies and gentlemen, have history together. They were a part of another show. Y'all, let's go right into and talk about the show that y'all were on. How you guys met. So where they met, they were
Man.
part of
Well, no, well, see, since you know like the first part of it, you should start it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna have Eric talk this time, Tyree. So he's gonna be the one that kind of bring you in because Eric actually started this show along with a few other people, and they were on this platform called WTNT Radio. Well, let me tell you the history about WTNT Radio. Shout out once again to DJ Cat, who started this radio station. And actually, that's the station that birthed Level Up. This is where Level Up started. So the people that you guys see on your screen right now all got, well, I won't say all, because Tyreek, you didn't start with us. Oh, you did in media. In media, is that where you first began your media?
Well, no. The first show, Tyreek on the Move, is where I started, and then WTNT was the second.
Second show. Okay. So many of us, well, especially for me and my son, that's where we got started in media and doing radio on WTNT radio. So once again, we want to give a shout out to DJ Cat, who's probably watching or will be watching later. Thank you, DJ Cat, for all three of us. We give you the highest praise and glory. But let me tell you guys this other thing. Now, y'all see my son, Eric Scott. Eric was actually the one that inspired his mother to get into radio. So that's how deep that is. My son was on radio before me. And as I saw my son do very, very well, my son is, look, I didn't even know who he was. Now I know some of these parents know what I'm talking about when I say this. I saw a different person on the radio than at home. So,
Yeah, you did, though. You did.
very proud of my son. So Eric, go ahead and take the floor. Tell us how all this got started from your point of view.
Yeah, well, I kind of want to start with like number one, thank you God that we have this opportunity. Let me just say that first. One of the first words come out of my mouth is thank you God, right? So to get into that little story, it's so crazy because, like she said, she didn't know who I was. She was like, "Who is this kid on the mic?" Because at the house, I was cool, I was calm, I was chill, I was always on the game, playing the game and all that. So I wasn't really like that outgoing in the house. But it confused me too because when I hopped on the mic the first time, it was kind of like weird because I was surprising myself. I'm like, "Yo, why am I saying so much? Why am I talking so much? Why do I have so much knowledge and so much that I want to say to other people?" Right? And that is just, I want to say that's a testament to kids. Because at that time, I think, how old was I? I was like 14, 15? Yeah. Somewhere around there. I don't know. So I was very young, right? But the fact that I had so much to talk about, the fact that I had so much on my mind, it just, for me personally, it gave me a revelation that, kids are very smart. You can learn a lot from kids, right? So going into it, I saw like, DJ Cat, he knew that too, right? He we was on that same mindset, So he had other kids on there too. And you had like, his son and his daughter. I don't know how old they were, but they were very young, but they still had a lot to say. And then we had two other people, Angela, and I forgot the other girl name. I'm sorry. Rakaya. I'm surprised you remember. So we had those two on too. And, they were very talkative. They were very open. They were very, like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, like they would have some energy. And, me personally, like, okay, so my brother, right? Remember when he was on the show? He was like the popular kid in school. But I'm like the total opposite. So I wasn't. You know what I mean? So, I was like around the popular people. So I was like, oh, that's weird. This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? But over time, I just started to open up, and I felt very comfortable. And I started to like say what's on my mind, say what's on my heart, and we got to a point where I was talking to my mama, and I was like, yo, I kind of want to, like, God was just giving me this revelation, like, yo, talk about me on the show. You know what I'm saying? Like, talk about what I've done for you. Talk about my word. Preach to the people, because that's what I feel like media is. Like media, like when Jesus sent out his apostles, right? They went to the marketplace because that's where everybody was, right? But think about it. Where's everybody now in 2020? Well, not 2021, but at that time, you know what I mean? But where are we now? Like everybody in today's in modern day, we're on the internet, we're online, right?
Okay.
So God was calling me like, yo, all my kids over there, right? So how about you go over there, you know what I'm saying, say a little something through the airways, through the radio, through online. See, y'all know what I'm talking about. So, I just started to do that. And I think it was like once I started to start to do that, it was called Dose of Jesus, right? When I started to introduce Dose of Jesus, that's when Tyreek came in. And, that's an alley-oop for you. That's when you came in, right?
Yeah, so I came in, so I remember, like I said before, they had interviewed me on the show about my first book. So when they interviewed me about the show, I was like, okay, I was like, it's a good little show. Because I had been wanting to do radio. Like, my mom and her sister, they had a radio show before I came to WTNT. So through them having a radio show, they met DJ Cat, and so they made that connection there, and so then that's how I got in. Like, it's like everything is like connected. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
So that's how I made the connection there from that event. So then, fast forward, Cat said, well, y'all was doing a revolving chair. So then I came in. I was like, okay, well, let me sit in a revolving chair or whatever. I'm gonna tell you, my revolving chair experience was not good. Like, it was.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was not good. Like, so I was doubting myself. It was like I probably said like 3 words during the whole show. I was very nervous.
Yeah, he did.
Because I wasn't really used to like being on air, being on the mic, unless somebody was actually talking to me. Like, I wasn't used to hosting at all. And so then I just had to kind of break out of that shell a little bit. And so then he let me come back and do another episode. And then as I did more episodes, I got better and better and stuff. And then that's when I got my own segment. I had the money management segment. And then I remember we all had nicknames too. Eric was Pastor E. I was Recon Fleet. Julie was Lay. I don't know. I think Rakaya was just Rakaya. But
Rakaya.
Yeah. So yeah, it was fun. I miss it a lot though.
Oh my gosh! Because I remember the revolving chair. We had so many people come in.
Yeah.
And we was like, that person got potential. This person is not. We can't do it. And it was so. Oh my goodness! And then to God be the glory. You came in. You was like, yo. Yes, I messed up the first time, but hey, bro, I'm finna make up for that these next 2 times or whatever. And he was like, yeah, he can stay on. He cool. Like we like you got the knowledge because we wasn't looking for.
Well, I want to say something about Tyreek because I do remember that, Tyreek. I think the reason why you got more of the job, the revolving chair, was really to find the next host that would be able to click with the rest of the crew because they had enough kids, but they were still looking for like a balance, and that's what ended up happening, Tyreek. I don't know if anybody even told you that back then, but you kind of balanced out the crew once you came in. And and you probably already know about this, Tyreek. You want to have a balance of different opinions because when we're talking media now. When you're giving information or you're giving a show or entertainment for a vast amount of audience. What DJ Cat was trying to do, he was trying to bring in somebody to balance them out. Because here's Eric with his Dose of Jesus. Angela was really the host of the shows because she was the most talkative, and Rakaya was the pretty one. I mean, she was just there to be pretty and had a lightness to her personality. And then we had to have you, Tyreek, who had more of a well, you came in with your book. Tell the audience actually a little bit about the book. Let's kind of roll into that just a little bit because you mentioned about the book, but I want the audience to know and understand really the history of you, Tyreek, because like you said, you started out writing this book, but the audience got to know how old you were and what inspired you to write the book that young. Go ahead, take it away.